Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is a video I'm very excited about, and if you can't tell by the title of this video, this is about a very rare lightsaber that I am absolutely blessed to be able to review for you today. Now, I've made a video about a rare lightsaber in the past, which is my KR Sabers and 1 Replica's Revenge, which is in episode 1 Darth Maul hilt. There's only 100 of those made in the world and I own one of them. This one is even rarer. However, I do not own this saber. This is one that was sent to me for review by one of my subscribers, which thank you very much, Wooly, for that. I'm extremely grateful for you for doing that for me. That is absolutely awesome. This is a very rare 1 out of 10. This is actually number 1 out of 10. This is a Genesis Custom Sabers Speeder. This is the special advanced edition from the, I believe it was May of 2020, a very small run by Genesis Custom Sabers, Rob Petcow. Now, I've talked about Rob Petcow and I've talked about Genesis Custom Sabers in the past on my channel and in my videos. If you don't know by now, Genesis Custom Sabers, Rob Petcow, he is one of the GOATs. He's one of the OGs. He's been in this game for a long time and he does absolutely amazing work. Not only with his hilts and his company, Genesis Custom Sabers, but he also makes great sound fonts under the name Genesis Custom Sabers, Rob Petcow, Mad Cow, whatever you want to call him. This is the Speeder, which is, if you can't tell already, is inspired by Corran Horn. Corran Horn from the book I, Jedi by Michael Stackpole. I'm not going to go into the history of Corran Horn for you. If you want to know more about Corran Horn, go check out my boy Benji at Nerfherder Customs. He is a massive Corran Horn guy, and he's made a lot of cool custom Corran Horn hilts. But this is the Genesis Custom Sabers Speeder Special Advanced Edition, which is slightly different from what he has on his website for retail. Let's just go over the hilts a little bit. So it is meant to mimic a speeder bike handle. That's, if you kind of look at it, it looks like a handle on a speeder bike. This part would be like, the buttons, brakes, whatever buttons are on a speeder bike handle in the Star Wars universe. It'll be like that, and then you'd have another one on the other side just like that. So let's just start from the top down. This has a very interesting emitter. It is sort of reminiscent, if you look at the top looks like a Luke or Obi-Wan. You can tell kind of by the circles, the little circles, the little holes. It's very reminiscent of a Luke or an Obi-Wan thin neck. And then this section here looks kind of like the grenade section of a Luke or Obi-Wan style hilt. And then you have like this brass thin neck section, not brass, probably more copper or something like that, thin neck section here, which once again, this is very reminiscent of a mixture between Luke and Obi-Wan. And I can actually, this is a thumb screw, this is a blade retention screw, and I'll actually take it out so you can see the blade plug. So this is a pixel blade plug. I believe that's, I guess you'd call this razor style. It has a little bit of shine through. The whole thing isn't shine through, it's just this little circle in the middle here, but it is really cool. I really like this design of blade plug. And this is obviously a Neopixel saber. Then move on here to this section. This is actually really interesting. I don't know if you can kind of tell. It's hard to see it on video. I can see it in person way better. But it's kind of like a triangle, this section here. This is kind of like a rounded triangle. I don't know if there's a better name for that. Some of you could help me out with that. But this is the main power switch. This is the activation switch. And this little black piece here, if the camera can focus on it, is the auxiliary switch. Both of them are very smooth. This is a knurled button here. If you can kind of tell, it's a little hard to see on camera, but this is a knurled button. I'll put some better pictures at the end of the video if you want to check those out. But these are very nice buttons. They are very smooth, which is what I like. I hate having to deal with buttons that are a little offset or buttons that are hard to press, stuff like that. So these are very nice. And yeah, so we're going to move on here to the grip section. Nice long grip section here. This is, I believe, an aluminum hilt. It doesn't feel like steel. This is probably all aluminum except for a few pieces. I believe this is normally silver, and this was either aluminum black or powder coated or anodized or something black. And it's like almost like a weathered effect to it, which looks really nice in my opinion. Then right here you have what looks to be like a cobalt or a D-ring section from a Graflex. A little bit different rivets here, or screws. These are hex screws. Down to the pommel here. Very nice pommel. and it unscrews right here, and this whole pommel piece, this whole silver pommel piece comes off. This is installed by Genesis Custom Sabers, so it is a CFX and Genesis Custom Sabers. That is what he uses. Now, this is one of the more interesting parts right here of this entire Saber, and if you watch the rest of this video where I go through sound fonts and all that stuff, you'll see why I'm mentioning this. But take a look at the speaker. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the components that Genesis Custom Sabers uses in his installs. I'm going to assume this is a custom Saber Shop speaker. This is what most people call the premium speakers. If you've seen the rest of my videos, you've seen like Smuggler's Outpost speakers, the Elite Bass speakers. They look really different from this. And it's not that these are bad or anything like that. And you can watch in the video, this one definitely isn't bad, but it is a lot to do with resonance. And this pommel gives this a great resonance. Usually these kinds of speakers aren't super loud. They don't have a whole lot of bass. They're not exactly a full range speaker, and they're lacking in some areas. But when I swing this Saber around, when I use a bassy font or bassy fond, as my friends Keenan and Jesse of KSith and Kyberphonic would call it, this sounds really good. I'm not exactly sure what kind of black magic, sorcery, wizardry Rob of Genesis Custom Sabers uses, but he did a great job with this install. I'm not going to pull the entire chassis out or anything like that. It kind of comes out here. Being very careful with this. I actually don't want to really pull this out at all. Yeah, I'm not going to pull that out at all. But it does take a removable battery in there. It sits about actually it's about right here. A removable 18650 battery, and this is a CFX install Crystal Focus 10. All in all, this is an absolutely amazing Saber, and I'm very, very blessed to be able to review this for y'all, show it off for y'all, because I've wanted for a long time to get a Genesis Custom Saber. I've just never had the budget when, the stock is in stock and all that kind of stuff, and, a whole bunch of other things comes up, and I'm more interested in replica cannon sabers and all that stuff, but I really do like the Corn Horn style hilt, and I really do like Genesis Custom Sabers, and especially the quality. I mean, the quality on this is top notch. This is by far one of the best sabers I've ever held in my hand, one of the best sabers I've ever swung around. This is absolutely top notch quality. Now, I went through a bunch of sound fonts in the rest of this video, just going through them. I think he had like around 30 sound fonts, but in this video, I do show off the brand new Kyberphonic sound font on Corn Horn, which is called Son of Corellia, and it is a really good font. I really love it. Shout out to Jesse and Benji of Nerfherder Customs, who he collaborated with on that sound font. It sounds absolutely amazing. And I had to throw that on here for the subscriber for sending me this hilt to review. That's absolutely awesome. And I threw that on here just to compliment the hilt, and obviously because it is a Corn Horn Saber. So, once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I'm going to put a few pictures here in just a second so you can see this hilt better. It absolutely needed some glam it and slam it. Needed to glam it up a little bit and show you all exactly what we're working with here. And then the rest of the video is me going through some sound fonts on here. And you can see how good this speaker actually sounds. It doesn't sound like any other premium speaker that I've ever seen before. Usually the premium speakers aren't that great, but this one blows it out of the water for that type of speaker. So enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Selection.
is General Kenobi. Goodness, you're not one to trifle with, are you? I have a bad feeling about this. Let negotiations begin.
You overstep your bounds.
This party's over.
deceived.
Corellia.
What the?
Kylo Ren. Report, General Pryde. Master Yoda.
Meditate on this.